you guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to tell you all about my trip to Belize. So if you don't know, now you know. I went to Belize at the end of July and beginning of August with a group of girlfriends, and we had the best of times. So I'm just going to update y'all on everything that we did in Belize. I told my IG followers that I would make this video because talking about it on my IG stories would have taken entirely too long. So let's get into it. All right, so first things first, getting to Belize. You are gonna have to fly into Belize City. The airport is BZE. That's it. Book the flight, go there. Okay. Getting through customs and border patrol is pretty straightforward. You'll just need your passport and filling out the customs form that they'll give you on the flight. And it's smooth sailing as well. You probably will only have hiccups if you violate any of those said rules that they have on the customs form. So don't do it, and you won't have any issues. So we actually took a shuttle from the airport to the water taxi, and then we took the water taxi to the island that we were staying on, which is San Pedro. So there is Belize City, which is the main island or the main land, and then there are two islands, Key Calker and San Pedro. We stayed on San Pedro. There are two ways to get to the islands, all right? By boat, which is a water taxi, or a private charter boat, or by plane, right? Those are the only two ways to get to Key Calker and to San Pedro, as far as I know of. If there's another way, just let me know. So our water taxi experience, I didn't particularly like it. It is hot and humid in Belize City, and I just wanted to be somewhere where there was some AC, and there is no AC on the water taxis, y'all. It is very mild breeze when you're on there. It's just wind to keep you nice and cool when you're on the water taxi. I ain't like that at all. I wanted some for real AC. And then you're exposed to the elements because you're on a boat. So the salt water will be hitting you occasionally. Bugs may hit you occasionally. People's body odor will hit you occasionally. Like, you're shuffled onto this boat with about 100 plus more other people until you get to your destination. So with the water taxi, you're gonna leave from Belize City, and then they're gonna make the first stop at Key Calker, and then the next stop is gonna be San Pedro. And the boat just keeps going like that for the remainder of the day on their schedule. If you miss your scheduled departure on the boat, just know you're going to have to wait some time until the next one arrives. So don't miss it like we did, okay? The water taxi terminal in Belize City does have a restaurant, a convenience store, and like a little souvenir shop. So if you do have time to kill, you'll have some things to entertain you while you're killing that time. To get a good spot on the water boat, you want to make sure that you are first in line, or one of the first ones in line. It's first come, first serve with seating. So in order for you to get the seat that you want to make sure that you're in the front of the line. When you start seeing people line up, which usually is about 15 to 30 minutes before departure time, you want to go get in that line with them. Unless you just don't care where you end up, which sometimes you can end up on the top of the boat, which has like no cover. You'll be exposed to the hot sun for the entire boat ride, and that does not sound pleasant to me. Luckily for us, we were always on the bottom end that had a cover over it, so the sun wasn't like beaming down on us the entire time. It takes about an hour from Belize City to Key Calker, and then an hour and a half from Belize City to San Pedro. So we were on the boat for an hour and a half, probably a little bit longer, because we had to dock in Key Calker, let those people off, get their luggage off, and then back away from the dock and then head off to San Pedro. So getting to San Pedro is a bit of a journey. Expect it to be an all-day thing, especially if you're going to be taking a water taxi. I would recommend you to fly into Belize City super early in the morning. The earliest the better. Take the first water taxi over. That way you'll still have some of the day to enjoy on the island, as opposed to like what happened with us. We missed the water taxi we were supposed to take which made us catch pretty almost the last water taxi out. So we made it to San Pedro super late at night. We really only had enough time to like shower and go have dinner because we were exhausted. Like a whole day of travel, it just wiped us out, or it wiped me out anyway. And I was ready to go to bed. So my experience with the water taxi wasn't horrible. When we arrived at the water taxi terminal, they checked our bags, gave us a tag for a luggage tag, so we could like claim our luggage once we made it to our final destination. You cannot have any electronics inside of your checked bag. Just they don't want to be held liable for anything that could possibly end up broken or wet because of course you're on water. So you'll have to take out like your laptop, your cell phones, your cameras out of your check bags and put it inside of your carry-on bag so you will have personal responsibility for it while you're on the boat. All right. Once we got to our island, which was San Pedro, we just got off of the boat and claimed our luggage. And that was pretty quick. Like it didn't take hardly any time for us to claim our luggage. The gentlemen from the resort were already there waiting for us, and they escorted us to the resort in some vans. Okay, so getting into the two islands, there were two different vibes between those two islands. Like Key Calker and San Pedro are totally different vibes, in my opinion. All the excursions were on Key Calker, and I feel like San Pedro was just, I don't want to say boring. It was more residential, so to speak, on San Pedro as opposed to Key Calker. Like, I feel like Key Calker was a lot more alive than San Pedro. There was a festival going on when we were there, so it was a lot happening on San Pedro, but it still didn't have the same vibes to me as Key Calker. So I would recommend you to go to Key Calker or staying on Key Calker while you're there. If not, you're going to find yourself going over there quite often just to do excursions and to try different foods or just to have a good time. Because in my opinion, the best views were on Key Calker, where we stayed. So we stayed at Mahogany Bay Resort, and this resort was absolutely beautiful. Do you hear me? Beautiful. So the resort is made up of villas, and most of the villas had 2 beds in each one of them. So at least our villa did. So there's like the main building and then all of the villas and so many. So you had to like be escorted to your villa by a golf cart. So we arrived, got checked in, they gave us some drinks, and all of the gentlemen escorted us over to our villas in golf carts. So when you get to the villa, the first part of the villa is like a little bit of a porch, and it's screened off, and then you go into your room, which you will need your card to get into. You don't need a card to get into the porch area though. And there's a little kitchen area, and then your beds, and then the bathroom, and then there's like a back door that leads off to like a back porch, but there's no like seating out there. It's just there. All right. The villa matched the island vibes like perfectly. It was laid back, but still has some luxury to it. So I enjoyed the time at the villa. Just know there's some things to be mindful of when you're staying at the villa. All right. So one, you want to keep food trash like out of your villa. Don't leave it in there. They have trash bins right outside on the street. Just take that out and put it in the trash bins. Do not leave trash into your room because bugs and critters will get in there and it will make for a very unpleasant stay if they do. We didn't have that experience in our room, but some of the other ladies did in their room because they had like leftover food out on the counter. I have some like, I don't know if y'all know about that Brazilian bum bum lotion, but I had that like sitting out and ants came. So y'all know that stuff smells really sweet, and the ants were like the little black ants. They were trying to attack it. So be careful with things that are like high scented. If you have like a sugar scrub or anything like that, put it away. Don't bring it. Like you do not want to be battling with those bugs while you're there. They do have restaurants on the island at the resort. The one we went to often was just the one in the main building. The food was bomb. There was nothing there that I tried that I did not like. Everything was great. So I highly recommend it. The one thing I didn't get to try on the resort was the Mahogany Beach Club. It's an exclusive beach club just for Mahogany Resort guests. So check it out. I can't tell you too much about it because I didn't make it there, but the ladies who did, they thoroughly enjoyed it, and it is a must-do in my opinion. Some other places that you can stay, you can get an Airbnb, and there's also a resort called Elena Resort. Elena is another resort that's pretty luxury. They have different bedroom size options, so 1, 2, 3 bedroom options, and it's a must. Another resort that's kind of like you have to stay there if you're staying on San Pedro. So what to bring, y'all? This is so important. Grab your pen, grab your paper, because this is key. Okay, this is key for your survival on these islands. So sunscreen, protect your skin. All right, the sun is beaming at all times over there. There is not a lot of shaded areas, so you want to make sure that you protect all your skin. Bug spray. Those bugs are ruthless over there, y'all. They're ruthless and they're disrespectful, and they do not care who you are. They will attack, okay, like a vengeance. They're like squad up and going ham on your skin every day. I had whelps on my skin for days when I left Belize from those stinking bugs. So bring some heavy duty bug spray because you're going to need it. The resort we stayed at had bug spray, but it was like those bugs were immune to that bug spray because they still were attacking us. The Islanders' recommendation was to wear things that are unscented and to put like garlic on your skin. I might try that the next time, even though I don't want to smell like garlic, because those bugs were just so annoying. They were a bit of a nuisance. So bug spray, bug spray, bug spray. Waterproof case and water shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of water sports while you're there. Of course, you're on an island, so it's a given. So you just want to make sure you have water shoes, especially those that has like a sole to it. For the cave tubing, we had to walk like 25 minutes to get to the caves, and it wasn't a smooth like pavement. It was like gravel. So definitely have a sole to your shoes so it won't be an uncomfortable walk. And then a waterproof case, it's a given. You don't want your phone to get wet. And if you're doing water excursions, you're going to want to take pictures and videos. So protect your electronic devices so you don't ruin them. Yeah. Lightweight clothes. Okay, y'all, just go naked. Okay, go naked. Your luggage shouldn't even be full. You should have like the smallest suitcase because you shouldn't even need that many clothes over there. It is hot and humid on those islands. Okay, hot and humid. All I did was sweat. All right, it reminded me of being in the South. You're just standing there sweating for no reason. And for that, I recommend you just wear as little clothes as possible. That is the best advice I can give you. Swimsuits and cover-ups. That is it. That is all. Nothing else. Yeah. Don't think too much into it. Don't feel like you need to get fancy schmancy because you don't. Like, it's super chill over there in the island. There will be a part 2 because I'm tired of talking. I guess I'll see you guys on part 2. Of course, before you go, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be sure to continue to post more vlogs and travel nurse content and tips for you guys. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments and I will be sure to answer it. I will see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.